Good evening, everybody. Jack here with MajorLeagueTrading.com coming at you with your nightly trade review. Now, it is October 8th here, 2018. We're going to be talking about a couple of the things I was looking at this morning, how they played out. Really good technical day. And guys, if you didn't get a chance, go back, watch this morning's trade plan video. And I'm going to show you guys what I was looking for this morning, how that ended up working out in each of these markets. So first off, in the Russell, we had resistances this morning. This is marked up from the morning trade plan at 1638.5. We traded off that level at 1040 this morning East Coast time, and we got all the way back to the bottom of last week's lower end of the range. Okay, that level is 1619.8. So we've seen for 2 days now the market react off of this support level. Okay, I'm gonna go out to the daily chart. Just want to be aware of what that is. If that marks anything significant. This level here, we just want to be aware. There has been buyers at this 1620, 1619 for a couple days here, so I would say this is going to be the lower end of our range, and we can continue to look for this to be support. Really, there was an awesome trade short off that anticipated resistance all the way back to the bottom of the range, and then we cleared up higher. Tomorrow, what I'm going to be looking for, I do like this rally that began here towards the end of the day. If we do check down back into that as a potential support level, I'm just going to be watching this zone. I'm going to move up this box here where we broke out of right here. This zone, I'm going to be looking for retest, this 1625, 1626 area. So I'm going to set an alert at that 1625, 1626 for tomorrow. Moving on to the S&P 500 futures market. Guys, this 2866 half level was marked up in this morning's trade plan. Go back and look at it. This is not drawn in hindsight. This was drawn before. We traded down to those levels, got a bid, consolidation, retest, and then really in the last, and we've been seeing this a lot. We have been selling off. Look, Thursday we sold off. We stopped right there at 215, so last hour of the day. Friday we sold off. We stopped right at about 135. Okay, so once again towards the last 2 hours of the day. Here the rally finally broke out around 130 again, and we just ran all the way into close here, guys. So we had, you know, a 230 breakout, and then 130, 130. And I know this is military time for those of you guys who don't understand why it says 13. But what I'd be looking for tomorrow is a continuation rally back towards the top side of the range here. I'd expect us to get really up to like this 2905.75, but this is a very aggressive rally. We have a leg start. Okay, we have a leg start higher. So I would really respect any retests down here in this zone that we saw a bid on Friday. So it's going to be one of those situations, and I'm looking for whatever trades first, whether it is a move higher to sell into, a move lower to buy. But right now, near the top of the overnight range and the close on Friday, I'm not going to have too much of a bias. It'll be only when we get outside of those ranges. But this is a major support level. This is a massive reversal off this. I do think if this ends up, this very well could be the low of the week. The way we came off of it, you know, we have not had I know it looks like a big drop. We haven't had, first of all, we just haven't had a lot of bigger pullbacks this year. This pullback lasted 1, 2, 3, it's 4 days so far with red candles, and from that high we have 29.43 to that low we have 28.68. So how many points is that? That is roughly, it's about a 2.7% decline. So about, you know, everyone always likes to see the 5% off, but that right there is a 2.7% drop, which is not too crazy, but I would think it'd be hard for us to continue lower after that close. Now you see these, when you see these big wicks on the daily chart, there's a lot of volatility here. That's the thing. It's been a market you can trade both sides. We're getting these deep sell-offs, and there's rallies in a close. Deep sell-off, rally in a close. Deep sell-off, rally in a close. So the selling's all been in the morning. It'll be interesting to see how that shapes up tomorrow. Do we have sellers come back again in the morning, or do we have buyers in the morning and sellers in the afternoon? But that's the recency bias we want to be aware of going into tomorrow, guys. Really respect this 28.75 support zone, because that's where the bids came out of and broke out of here today. So a retest of that area, and then below 28.66 half resistance above. So I'm just going to set those alerts as they are right now. And I also want to be aware of the full halfway back short from high. That is, ooh, that lines up right at that box I already have marked up. So that 29.06 already halfway back short. So just be aware of that. So that's what I have for the S&P 500. What I'll be looking for tomorrow in gold. Morning lows held. We did break through them. 1187.3 was that low area going into this morning, and then in this morning's trade plan I talked about the 1193 resistance zone. Now we traded 1193 and then we dropped 7 points, so there was an awesome trading opportunity there. We closed right back up at the top end of the range. The only thing I'd really be looking for tomorrow, I'd still be a bearish bias unless we can really get bid back above like 1197 area. We'd have to start getting bid back above here, but bear bias tomorrow. I'm gonna look at this 1195 resistance level, and I'm just gonna set that alert. Probably won't trade or pay too much attention to gold. There's plenty of action right now in the indexes. For the Dow here, now going into the morning, we had the Friday high to low. Okay, we had that Friday high too low. Now that did fail to complete profit targets. We came 5 ticks away, and then just ripped back up. So the only resistance level I'd want to watch above from like a Fibonacci perspective is the full halfway back short. I do want to be aware of this leg start down. So this whole zone here, I think will be tough. Now I'm just, this entire hourly bar is what I'm going to mark up. This entire zone right here, I'm going to mark up. That'll be resistance for the rest of the week. If I can get Thinkorswim to go ahead and extend this to the right. And then activate you. Come on. Alright, I'm just going to have to type in some numbers. 26,733. Value bottom right. 26,733. Okay. So that I'll be watching just as a general resistance zone later this week. We have the full halfway back short. That's going to be at 26,596. I do not necessarily trust it. What I do trust is a retest of this zone. This zone right here, for whatever reason, I'm even gonna go, oh, that's the wrong way. I want to go back a few days. That 26,375 level, okay, you can see it was bid here Wednesday the 26th, bid again on the 27th, bid again on the 28th. Friday we get below, we close above. Today we get below, we close above. So that zone right here is I do want to respect. If we come down to that again, that's 26,381 is the top side of that. So I'm going to set an alert at or below if we get down to that level and look forward, because look at it, guys, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days where we're just getting bid above that level, and then I'm gonna just be aware of this 26,596 full halfway back. But the Dow is, relatively speaking, stronger market here. I would expect it to continue this rally. The Nasdaq this morning, guys, I highlighted this as a buy zone, the 7305. There was a report that came out this morning that Google had hid evidence of some kind of data breach, which sent the Nasdaq lower and into our buy zone. So go back, watch this morning's trade plan. This is exactly what I talk about, this 7305 coming into that support level. And if anybody who took any Nadex trades down there, I was able to get in. I got a 73.36 strike for the end of the day. And I was able to get into that. I mean, I was a little early on the buy, but we also had targets getting completed at 73.37, so I thought there was a very low probability of us closing below that level, and that's exactly what happened. So, we have been selling off pretty hard here in the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq did have the deeper sell-off from the high to low, and the S&P, I think, had 4 days where we had red bars. Now this Nasdaq is 5. Really big level touch here. What I'm gonna watch a couple levels that are resistance. One, the full halfway back short. We'll see what happens when we get there, and it'll be interesting to see how we trade there and what events are coming up. So Monday of last week's high to low. Okay, that is going to be for me a significant resistance level, and that is 75.06 half. 75.06 half. All right, so pay attention to that, and then I would just continue to respect. I do want to look at, let's see here in a 15-minute chart. Yeah, I would just still respect that same support level. I don't want to get too aggressive ahead of that. We do have a leg start on the hourly chart, so I will mark up the break there, 73.27. And then last but not least, guys, oil. My resistance zone here this morning was 74.18. We had that first test right after the market opened, about half an hour into the day. We had a second test, came down. We had a third test. So it does look like, we are now looking at 1, 2, 3, 4. This is like the 5th test. And you can see with each consecutive test of this resistance level, the market has gotten stronger and stronger, meaning we do have a low, we have a higher low, we retest again, with higher low, we retest again. So the market's trending up a bit. I have one more resistance at 74.53. And then really, if we start breaking out, I would expect us to get all the way back up to the 75.67 zone. This morning we did have supports at 73.34, which came from this move up on Monday of last week. You can see this aggressive bid that began on a huge breakout last Monday, and we have retested those levels. And as soon as the market opened this morning, oil was bid and really has not looked back. We do want to pay attention to and respect that the full halfway back long for the low of the day, the high day is traded, and that would target 74.64. If we completed that, we could look for another setup. That's going to wrap up tonight's trade plan review and video. I will share these levels to our members in the MLT Discord. Everybody take care and have a great day.